Hello everybody, GL1 here, and today I wanted to show you 4 mechs that I have that you have to assemble. So in episode 161, I showed you a whole bunch of mechs and they were pre-assembled toys, but here I have some that are quite different. Now this is a mech that goes to the video game Titanfall, and it is made by Connects. And you can see that there are Connects pieces here, and it's really neat. I got this at Ollie's for like $12, and I didn't really know anything about. I don't play video games, so I really just appreciate toys, and oftentimes video game toys are pretty cool, and this is no disappointment on that. So it's pretty big, and it has little figures that go inside. Okay, and this is very similar to a Mega Bloks figure in that it has more articulation than a Lego figure. It does have knees that bend, the body twists, the arms, they have elbows that bend, and it has some lateral motion, a little bit of, can move its arms like that, and its legs also have lateral motion. And with Lego, you just get like robot motion, very little articulation. And you get, like some kind of space laser gun that's camouflaged. And on our mech, so the guy sits inside here, okay? I'll get to the mech, I'm sorry. All right, so he's got a little plug in the back, and you can sit him inside, and he presses in there. This may not be that easy to do on camera here, but let's see if I can get it. He presses in, and then he can lift up. So you get it to, there we go. And then you can push him up, and then he can raise up through the hatch. So here's your hatch, and then he can go down in there. These little flaps fall off kind of easily, but they go on. There's one in the front and one in the back. They fall off easily. And then you can just close him up, and he's locked inside his mech. Now, his mech has a big laser gun that has it has a missile that shoots, and you have a little button here to shoot that. The missile must have fired off somewhere because I couldn't find it, but it'll probably turn up somewhere. What's nice about this is it has a hand. It has a hand that closes. You have thumb articulation and finger articulation, at least the 4 that go together, so you can grab onto his gun. You have the rotation in the forearm, shoulder rotation, arm rotation, so a lot of good motion there. You have ratcheted leg motion, and ratcheted knees. And you can even move the ankles all different directions, all the laterally and everywhere. So you can really get them to stay in place. It is delicate in that it does kind of come apart relatively easily, but it goes back together easily. And so this flap goes, it just, oh yeah, it goes on here. No, it doesn't go on there. Oh, wait, it goes underneath. Okay, there we go. And it has these little retro rockets that move all around, so you can kind of position them like a real rocket that they would sort of aim around, so he could blast, and maybe he blasts from one area to another. So Titanfall Connects mech, pretty cool. And I know you can still find this in places like eBay and stuff like that. So that's this guy. Now, one of the things that started all the mechs is Mech Warrior, and Connects also has a mech for the video game Mech Warrior. And also, in episode 161, I had that Mech Warrior handheld game, and so you have like your rocket launcher and your laser gun, and the batteries went dead in this, but this lit up, and that would fire, and then you have like your fella that's inside there, and it walks, and you can put this together in lots of different ways. This is not the original way that it was put together, but I didn't, the original way I thought kind of fell over easily, so I wanted to make kind of my own version of it, and it's similar in how it looks, but that's another K'NEX mech set. All right, also now this one, this is made by Mega Bloks, Neo Shifters. Now this came in a set of two different, like a mech and then a big mech and a smaller vehicle, but I like to put everything together into one big monstrous mech. And why is it a mech? Because there are two guys inside, and that closes down, and you can lock that shut. But there's these two guys in there, and they control it, and they curl into a ball. So they come apart, but so you can see that they are kind of rounded in shape. They have like rounded legs and rounded back, and what they do is they go into a ball, and you can kind of like roll them. So maybe it's like sort of a armadillo, and this is their defense mechanism. They can roll, but you know, they have a head that moves all around. And again, this is a Mega Bloks creation, so you have more articulation. You have knees that articulate, ankles, and you don't have elbows, but you have wrists that move. So they try to do a lot of articulation. On the mech, okay, you have like a blade, like a saw blade. This launches this blue missile. This you can turn. It's a propeller launcher, so you can turn it, and see if we can get that to work here. And you wind it up, and then there's a button on the back, and well, it spins, but if you can get it to go enough, it'll spin and take off. Let's see. Well, there. Well, all right. A little disappointing there, but you get the idea. These lit up. I have two of them. I tried to replace the batteries. They didn't light up anymore, so I don't know what went wrong with that. But they would light up, and it's like, you know, going through a globe, and it's kind of a neat, bright effect. You have all kinds of like clawed hands, and these also move and they spin. So you can, I don't know, you could pretend that maybe they shoot lasers and they spin super fast, or, you know, they can just move. I mean, again, look at the articulation, right? So it gives you a lot. It may remind you of Bionicle, and Bionicles were not mechs. They were just big robots, right? And creatures and things like that. But it is a lot like Bionicle, and this came out around that time period. You have a drill bit, and I made this a four-legged mech, and then see, you even have smaller legs here that I just kind of close up. But you know, that's because you could make a different mech out of it. You can make a smaller mech and still have a big mech, depending on how you want to take things apart. I just wanted to have all the pieces in one place, build one big mech, to be like my gigantic Bionicle creation that I haven't shown anywhere, but eventually I will, and it's really big. I spent like $140 on Bionicle parts to make that, and I wanted to have, you know, like kind of a thing to go up against that, you know. So this is, you know, pretty big as well, but my Bionicle one's like kind of like this big, so I guess this guy would have a hard time with that. All right, and last I have to show you, now this was in episode 35, Hello Halo, so that's 130 episodes ago, but it's so cool it's worth showing you again. So this is a Halo mech, and it's remote control, and you turn it on here, turn on your remote, just push any button, it turns on. And then it does other things. And actually this even recoils. Check this out. Too cool, right? And let's see. So it has two different things that this does. There's one button here, does that, and then the upper button does this. And then inside, I'm saving the best one for last though. All right, and so inside, you know, you have your Halo soldier. It just sits in there, and then you can have your Halo soldier on outside. And then here we go. Let's hope this works. We have our rocket launcher. One of them does not fire. One does stick. Let's see if I can get, and the last one. So isn't that really cool? Now, I saw this, that you could still get it like on Walmart.com for $245. Wanted to compare this to this here. I got this clearance for like I think $29, $20 to $29, somewhere in there. But if you look at episode 161, where I show you a bunch of mechs, and this is the same mech, right? This is a Halo mech, and you know, you have your Halo guy inside. And this was originally around $35, and I found it somewhere for $16. But it doesn't do anything. It just sits there and looks like this, right? And then you can move it around and, you know, articulate it, and the arms move. But it doesn't light up. It doesn't shoot anything. So what's more cool, right? Definitely this. Far more cool than that. And you know, I wanted to show you. I only got that actually because I wanted to show you how much better this one is. So this is, you know, again, this is a Mega Bloks toy, and it's just awesome, right? I mean, yeah, we got to start it up again and get it to do all these. And then have it fire. And have it fire. Well, all right, it's not going to cooperate. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon with more toy talking stuff.